want to ask you just off the rip, new offensive coordinator this year, what one thing has stood out about him and his role in the offense that's allowed you guys to succeed?
Yeah, explosion, man. We have a lot of creativity going in the playbook and a lot of stuff that is normal for us, like especially from the offensive line standpoint. But when you look at like the receivers and the trims and the motions and everything that's going on in the backfield, it's going to be real complex and really hard to understand for some defensive schemes. So when you can add that element and make the defense think when we're playing fast, you create explosive opportunities.
Yeah, so you were talking about you got a lot of shifts in motion. That's something that everyone's kind of said with this new system that Coach K has brought in. From your perspective as a center, how much do you kind of try and key into the shifts in motion so that you can kind of try and stay a step ahead of what the defense might be doing, how they might adjust with their alignment?
Oh, man, yeah. So especially when they motion, you know that sometimes the motion will bring a linebacker into the box, and that might change an ID for us. Also, timing up the snap. When they bring a motion, sometimes the snap might be timed up a little differently. And I always try to jump the snap a little bit because, that's my advantage naturally.
Got to. Every offensive lineman has to do that, right?
You have to. Especially I'm in front of everybody, so I lose a couple, some feet, some inches of time that I could get to the D tackle. So I try to time the snap. So whenever there's like a motion I hear in the huddle, I'm like, all right, maybe there might be an ID change here, or maybe I have to time the snap a little differently.
Yeah.
You're looked at as the leader on the offensive line that's losing a few different key pieces from last season to the NFL draft. What are you doing as the centerpiece, literally, of that group to lift up the entire group's performance?
The biggest thing for me probably just being vocal and living right. No one wants to listen to somebody who's not doing what they're supposed to do, handling their business consistently in the facility, stretching, getting your body right, and just handling all my business off the field. So the biggest key is just living the culture, living the standard, communicating to my guys, giving positive reinforcement for the young guys that are doing good things like Egan Boyer and Cooper Cousins and such like that. But again, just being vocal and providing motivation and discipline to my guys on the offensive line, and more specifically, just the offensive unit.
I want to ask you about your relationship with Drew. That quarterback-center relationship is a little special. You spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
A lot of close proximity to each other, especially when that snap's coming.
Yeah.
So how's the relationship with you and Drew, and how have you guys evolved that through this spring?
Yeah, Drewby's my guy, man. He's just such a positive guy, and he's a guy that really lives through Penn State. He's a Penn State guy, and I have just so much respect for him. And when someone handles himself like that, you just want to be around him. So we kick it after practice. We get extra snaps and we get extra work in. We'll crunch the tape down together. And it's just, you get better being around him. And you can say that so much about so many guys on the offense, but Drew's just a beacon for the offense. He's a natural leader, too.